That's awesome. We are live. We are totally live. All right. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Definitely the right microphone. Let's see if we can move this up a little bit better. All right. Is that a little better? Right there, right there, right there. Yes. 18 seconds of adjustment, and the lighting is good. It looks crystal clear. This is the thing. I've been using Firefox on YouTube, and it's smoother. Why is that? I don't know why. So, what do we got here? We've got strength, wisdom, and guidance are what makes a man a father. Love is what makes him a dad. Yes, indeed. So, I'll show you that I didn't just make it up. And you can see there it says, I love you, which is so nice. Okay, so I don't need these. One sec. All right. And I'll fix my hair. Oh, no, it's not going to happen. My hair today almost looks green. Oh, well. So I thought we would go through the predictions. I'll tune into it today. I've never done it this close before. And I think the energies change each day. They can even change probably an hour before, right? So the Falcons have won their first two starts, and the Lions have had a record of 1 win, 1 loss. And this is an amazing game. Like, this is probably one of my favorite games. You've got Bijan Robinson, who has been phenomenal this year. Let's see how long it takes to. Oh, that's not bad. So he's got 180 yards. His average carry is 6.2, and he's had 29 rushing attempts. But I'm telling you, when I watch the footage of him, nobody cuts like him. It's unbelievable. I love this. Now, he's only 5'11" and 215 pounds, which is not, he's about my height. I think I'm 5'10". He's on a team that I think is on an upward, what's the word? They're hopeful. They're showing signs that they could be playoff bound. I think any team that had Bijan Robinson would have a chance to be in the playoffs. Like, you imagine if somehow either the 49ers had got him, or someone like the Eagles had got him, or even, a team like Minnesota would have been a very different world. For those who don't know me, I'm more of a psychic guy and more spiritual than I am a football. But I love football. I've loved football most of my life. And I love players like Bijan, who are physical, but also very clever. He does very clever cuts. He reminds me of Barry Sanders. Yeah, and Walter Payton. The way he can cut on a dime. Interesting. So let's click back one here, see what happens. Yep, we're still good. So the other pick that I love for this year was Jahmyr Gibbs, another very talented running back, receiver, a great find. So everybody knows about Christian McCaffrey. He's been doing very well. He's very steady Eddie. I'm hoping that we see more Jahmyr Gibbs, where he gets more touches. We'll see how that goes. if they mix him into the game. A lot of injuries. Yeah, and see, I think the Falcons will win this one. That's my belief, but it'll be close. It'll be close. I just think the Falcons have more weapons, but I think the Lions are better coached. So Moody's pick is 31, the Lions, and the Falcons 27. Walder's pick is the Lions 30 and the Falcons 20. I think the Falcons are going to win. That's my intuitive feeling. Now, I will be very happy if the Lions win. I won't lie to you. I love the Lions. I don't really have a hard attachment to the Falcons. So let's go to the second game. We've got the Saints. And I love Derek Carr. And I think Derek Carr, and I also think Baker Mayfield, this will be breakout years for them. I'm just going to do a little water here for a second. Derek Carr has an insanely powerful arm. At least that's what I think. And he throws the ball beautifully. Jordan Love is a diamond in the rough. He's showing that spending time with Aaron Rodgers has done him well. The other thing is too, there's something to be said about letting the talent slowly develop. And they did that with Jordan. And I think Jordan will have a good year. The Packers, will make this close. See, I agree. I'm looking at here. It says Moody's pick is 28 and the Saints 21. Walder's pick is 19 and the Saints 16. You know what? I'm going to go against the grain. Why not? Because partly because I'm such a big fan. I think it's going to be 24 for the Saints and the Packers 16. That's my guess. And that might be an emotional pick because I really like the Saints. I love Jayden Reed. I think he's amazing. He's a future star for sure. I think this is going to come down when I tune into it to kicking and who ends up holding the ball the longest if they can burn up the clock. So I'm going to go with the Saints there. This next one, to me, I'll be shocked if it isn't a blowout. So we've got the Broncos, who have won nothing. They're 0-2, and the Dolphins, who are on fire. I think this is a slam dunk. Sorry. So what do they say? Moody's pick is 35 for the Dolphins. Broncos 30. Walder's pick is the Dolphins 24 and the Broncos 20. I think it's going to be the Dolphins 40 and the Broncos 30. That's my goal. That's my vision. I would love to see the Dolphins win again. I think that'd be great to see them 3-0. I think Russell Williams is going to have his hands full. But we'll see, right? So the next game that we're going to analyze here is the Titans and the Browns. And they've both won one, lost one. So they're evenly matched here. Deshaun Watson is still not showing great signs of greatness. Hopefully he does this week. Maybe we'll have something more to be excited about. One of the saddest stories this week is Nick Chubb, who is out on injury, and his knee has been permanently moved. It's very gross to watch that. You don't wish that on anyone. And I believe this is the second time this has happened to him. So this might be career ending. I would not be shocked if it is. I'm curious to see who they pick. They say the Titans. Well, Moody does. And Walder picks the Browns. I think the Browns have the edge. And I think it'll be 32 for the Browns and 28 for the Titans. That's my prediction today. Oh, both these teams I love. So the Chargers and the Vikings, and neither one of them has had a win. So we now know that one of them is going to come back. And in this game, I really don't care who wins, to be honest with you. I'll be happy for either team to get back on the board. I'm going to go with the Vikings. And this will be very close. But like I said earlier, I'd be very okay with either team winning. That would work for me. Justin Herbert is, I think, one of the best quarterbacks in the league. Both of these teams this year have been getting in their own way. I don't know what is going on. I hope this will help them propel into a new future. So the Vikings have Cam, and they're hoping that will energize their game. And Kirk Cousins, everybody knows the abilities of Justin Jefferson and T.J. Hawkinson and Jordan Addison. I hope I said those all right. TJ is a beast. Like, he's amazing. I think any team would be very happy to have him, as well as Justin Jefferson. I think this is going to come down to turnovers. Sorry. If Kirk can have where he doesn't have any interceptions, I think they'll win for sure. So I'm going to go with Minnesota, but I think it's going to be a slight margin, to be honest. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, too. So this one is interesting. We've got the Patriots, who have not won yet, and we've got the Jets, who have 1 win, 1 loss. And it's just heartbreaking now to watch the Jets, where I would have been so excited before to watch it because Aaron would have been part of the deal. Mac Jones, I think, is a great quarterback. I think he's having problems this year. Zach Wilson is a diamond in the rough. I've always said that. I think he would have done very well this year if he could have had another 6 or 7 games with Aaron. So I'm going to go with the Jets, and that's probably more heartstrings than anything. And I would love to see Zach do well. Do well, buddy. I hope he does well today. And, this is going to come down to turnovers. This is come down to special teams. This is going to have to be magic from the whole team for the Jets to win. And if they want an opportunity to win, this is the one. They got to win this one. Here's a good one. So we've got the Texans and the Jaguars. So I love CJ Stroud. Phenomenal. He is probably the best rookie quarterback this year so far into game 3. I'd love to see him win. I think that would be awesome for him to have his first win. And I would love for him to beat the Jaguars. I think the likelihood of that isn't great. But I'm just going to put that out there. Why not? So I'm going to do a bold prediction, kind of a loony prediction, and only because I'm hoping the very best for CJ Stroud. I call him everything but his name. It's crazy. I think one time I called him Sprout. But he's been hands down the best quarterback of the rookies. Trevor Lawrence is one of those guys, if he's on fire, that they'll dominate. The one thing that I heard that was a cool statistic about CJ Stroud is that he does better in the fourth quarter. It's almost like it takes him a while to get in the zone and to know what's best for him. All right. So the microphone seems to be doing a good level. I'm looking here. I like that we have this on the bottom here. It's funny this year because the Cowboys are doing so well. Dak Prescott has not had as much negative press, nor has Tua. Yeah, so I'll say it's a close game. Let's call it 24-20 for the Texans, and this will be their first win. And that's me hoping the best. Very disappointed and sad, but I understand people get hurt. I love the Colts. I also love the Ravens. I think the Ravens have an incredibly strong team this year. I think they could win it all. I would not be shocked if it came down between the Cowboys and the Ravens. That's my prediction at week 3. I think they'll easily win this, the Ravens. I think it could be a very high-scoring game. I think it could be as high as 40 points, and I could see this the Colts getting, say, 22, 24 points. So we'll go with that. I would love to see Zay Flowers get more action, maybe be able to see more of his skills on this game. Got to remember it's only his third game, really. Odell, OBJ, is supposedly injured. That's what I had heard. So we'll see. I'm not seeing this here. It says Jay Flowers has 13 receptions in his first 2 games, which is more than twice as much as any other Raven player. That's pretty sad. And they're paying OBJ a lot of money. But I heard he's got an ankle sprain. So I read that somewhere. So let's go with Lamar Jackson having a great day. I say he even runs in 2 touchdowns himself. So let's say 40-22-24, something like that. That's my guess. So Moody's pick is Ravens 33, Colts 17. Walder's pick is Ravens 23, Colts 20. So I think that's a pretty safe bet. This will be a good game too. With the next one we got the Panthers at the Seahawks, and the Panthers have not won a game yet, and the Seahawks are even Steven with one win, 1 loss. Bryce Young will definitely not be in the game. He has an ankle sprain as well. They're going to put the veteran in Andy Dalton in the lineup. And Andy Dalton is 35 years old. Wow. So it says Dalton will light up a Seattle defense that ranks 30th in passing yards allowed, 325 per game, with 350 yards and 3 touchdown passes. That would be huge considering Young ankle has combined for 299 yards passing and 2 touchdowns in the first 2 games. Dalton shouldn't have to worry much about pressure from the Seahawks, who ranked 29th in 2 sacks. That's all. They've only had 2 sacks, it looks like here. It says here, Kenneth Walker third has 4 career games with a multiple rushing touchdowns, tied for the most by a Seahawks player in his first 2 seasons in the team's history. I would love the Panthers to win one, but my gut says the Seahawks will win. Let's see what they say. They say Seahawks as well. Very close, within 10 points. So Moody's pick is Seahawks 28, Panthers 17. Walder's pick is Seahawks 24, Panthers 17. I think it'll be closer than that. I think it's going to be Seahawks 30 and Panthers 26. That's my prediction. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. This should be a blowout. I hope it's entertaining, and I hope that the Bears try some interesting things. So we've got the Bears who have yet to win a game, and we've got the Chiefs who lost to Detroit on the season opener, and they're even 1-1. Patrick Mahomes, I think, will be fine. I think you'll see a less effective Travis Kelce in the lineup, but I see 2 touchdowns with him today. There's no receivers right now. Literally no receivers. Everybody's injured with the Chiefs. Yeah. So Justin Fields, he needs to switch up his game a bit. He can win under hot oil. Turmoil? Hot oil? Yeah, that fills the mind with many crazy things, doesn't it? But yeah, he said that he felt like he was robotic and that the coaching was making him not be as effective as he had once been. That was kind of his first statement, and then said he was entirely to blame after. So you can tell that he had definitely had some heat. We'll call it heat, pressure. Social media is wild, right? You can't say things. It'll be all over the net, all over the world within seconds, especially if it's negative. So Moody's pick says the Chiefs 33, the Bears 13. Walder's pick says the Chiefs 38, the Bears 16. I think it's going to be more like the Chiefs 30 and the Bears 20. That's my prediction. I would love to see it a higher scoring game than that, but I think there'll be a fluctuation of no more than 6 to 10 points in the favor, of course, of the Chiefs. So we'll see, but I've noticed that the Chiefs have not been scoring as much in the first 2 games, so they're a little rusty. The Cowboys also have multiple injuries, but the depth of their lineup, they'll be fine. Plus, they're playing the Cardinals. So we have the Cowboys who are undefeated, and the Cardinals who have yet to win a game. I think this would be a great time to have the backup quarterback in for Dak to give him a rest because they've got this. But unless he wants to sharpen his skills, that would be great. So the Cardinals have been able to get opposing quarterbacks with related ease through 2 games, ranking tied for 3rd with 9 sacks. Sunday will be a battle of top-tier pass rush against a top-tier offensive line, as the Cowboys have allowed just 1 sack of the quarterback, Dak. And I like it like that. A lot of rhyming in there. The Cardinals have more possessions with fewer than 20 yards against the Cowboys. Okay. So what do they say? Oh, wow. This is awful. So Moody's pick says the Cowboys will be 35. The Cardinals will be 10. Walder's pick is the Cowboys 33. The Cardinals 3. I think it'll be Cowboys 40. Cardinals 30. That's what I think. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I would love that. I would love that to be the case. But I think realistically, the Cowboys 40 and the Cardinals maybe 24. Between 24 and 30 points. And the Cowboys, I would not be shocked if the Cowboys got 50 points, to be honest with you. So we'll see. All kinds of drama with people saying horrible things. You know, CB Diggs suffers, an ACL tear. I believe it was in a practice. And other people basically celebrating that. And broadcasters. How crazy is that? That's not cool. That's not cool at all. All right, so we got the Steelers and we got the Raiders. This will be a great game. And this is in the evening. Oh, I'd love to see Kenny Pickett do well this week. Josh Jacobs, they're saying they're hoping that he will have his first 100-yard rushing game. I don't think that's going to happen, but I think he'll do all right. So they're saying the Steelers 24, the Raiders 21, which is Moody's pick. And Walter's pick is the Raiders 27 and the Steelers 16. I'm going to say the Steelers 30 and the Raiders 28. That's my thing. We're going to go with Steelers. High-scoring game. I think it's going to be a mess. And I think a lot of the teams are very beat up already after just the preseason and a couple of games. Crazyville. So our next game is probably my favorite game, to be honest with you. 2 teams that are doing well. I think right now Tampa Bay actually has a chance to beat the Eagles. We'd love to see that. And that would be such validation for Baker Mayfield. But everything is going to have to be perfect. Bold prediction. Mike Evans will find the end zone twice. He is coming off a monster 6-catch, 171-yard performance against the Bears and now faces a banged-up Eagles secondary that just lost the slot corner, Avonte Maddox. for the year with a torn pec. Mario Goodrich got his first action as a pro in his place. It's a safe bet the Bucks will line up Evans inside to try to take advantage of Maddox's absence. And that's from Tim McManus. Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown represent 79% of the Eagles' receiving yards, 59 of the targets, and 55 of the receptions this season, the highest percentage of a team receiving yards by a duel this season. The Buccaneers quarterback, Baker Mayfield, he has faced the lowest rate of light boxes, harder to throw against in the league, and I suspect that will change this week if Tampa Bay falls behind. Okay, and that's what Walder had said. I think Baker's super confident right now. I think he's in the zone. I think it's going to be in a magnificent game. I see him throwing at least 3 deep passes that connect. I think there's going to be a few no-name stars that will do well. I see interceptions freaking galore today. Fumbles, drops. I think it's going to be crazy. Very enjoyable game. I'm going to go with the Buccaneers. And I think it's going to be the Buccaneers 28 and the Eagles 26. That's my prediction. Just because the Eagles have not been insanely sharp. This is a weird one. Who would ever thought that the Bengals would be 0-0 goose egg and 2 in the first 2 games, and the Rams are tied at even, 1 loss, 1 victory. Regardless of who is at quarterback for the Bengals, Aaron Donald will take advantage of Cincinnati's inferior offensive line with 2 sacks. Okay. And that's Monday. Yeah, and Matthew Stafford is doing incredibly well this year. He's looking like a Super Bowl quarterback to me. 93 pass attempts this season ranks second in the NFL behind Mac Jones' 96. Stafford would need to throw 41 times to tie his career high for the most pass attempts through his team's first 3 games of a season of 135 in 2018 with the Lions. Okay, so Moody's pick is the Bengals 26, the Rams 23. Walder's pick is the Rams 26 and the Bengals 20. And I really don't know. I'm going to go with the Rams. And I don't want that at all. I think there's a slight chance that the Bengals will win if everything aligns, but we've got injuries. So, yeah, it's too close to call this one. So I'm going to go with the Rams, who seem to be on a high. And I think it'll be close. And I hope it's high scoring. That's what I hope. So I believe that's all the predictions for this week. Thank you for being here. And just know that these athletes are constantly under pressure, always trying to do their very best. A lot of them must have very sleepless nights at times. And there's always the risk of being hurt. And I know you've got to put that in the back of your head. But if you're a young quarterback and you're new to the league and you're learning all of these things and you're just getting your footing, and there's so much going on within social media, and even within the locker room, it is a tall order for a young quarterback to boldly lead many individuals that could be anywhere from 4 to 14 years older than them. So I wish everybody a great week. I'm very excited, about the Ravens, very excited about the Dallas Cowboys. Very excited, I would say, to have a turnaround with the 49ers in the sense of where a more dazzling game in the future. I feel like the Eagles, the 49ers, and the Chiefs have not shown their A game. They've all shown kind of a C game. Like there's not been, anything to get really razzle-dazzled about. Where with the Lions, you've seen them doing their A game. You've seen the Falcons doing their A game. And you've seen the Cowboys do their A game. I wish you all the very best. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. We'll try to do a video tomorrow. There's all kinds of college football going on. So I hope you enjoy the games. I hope that Deion does well in the future. But if you can today, replenish your well, be kind to yourself, open your heart to new possibilities and experiences, and know that you are directed and protected by a greater source, and be open to knowing your true purpose in this new year of deep awakenings. Thank you so much. Take care. Have a glorious weekend. Be kind to one another. Thank you. Peace.